Okay, so I'm going to talk about ArgoCD in this and then maybe next another lecture because I want to install it and then give a demo. But so this website they have already there ArgoCD. It's a declarative GitOps, right? What does that mean? So GitOps is basically when your code, right? You whenever you so the first thing is okay. So let's look at our, let's say this is our cluster, right? Now in a cluster, when once you build a cluster, that's not enough, right? So after you build a cluster, there are a bunch of other things that will go in a cluster. For example, you might want to add Splunk for logging. For monitoring, you might have different tools like such as Dynatrace, Prometheus, Grafana. And then you'll have for security, you might have some other like Twistlock and Aquasec. So all of these are deployed in the cluster, yeah, as daemon sets. So they have their own, some of them have their own CRDs, which means custom resource definitions. So they will have their own manifests, right? YAML files. So every time you build a cluster, you don't want to keep doing that manually. So this all should be automatic. That is where GitOps comes in play. So you can have a Git repo with all the manifests, all the YAML files, and set the configuration for all the tools. So basically, this is I'm just talking about the platform. Everything that your cluster needs for the platform should go in the Git repo, and then what you have to do is it's declarative, which means that the final the end state of the cluster is how is what the sync is supposed to do. So what Argo CD does, it monitors your repo and the cluster, and anytime there is a change in the Git repo, it will automatically push that change to the cluster. So it keeps it in the sync. So for example, if you are just build a cluster and then Argo CD is watching it, it will automatically go and deploy all these things, whatever replicas, daemon sets you wanted. So manual stuff, there is no manual intervention. Either it can use Helm charts or customize, or it can directly deploy the Kubernetes YAMLs. But that is the main role of Argo CD. And similarly for applications. So once your cluster is built and you have all the tools, you start deploying applications, and hundreds of applications. They have secrets, config maps, deployments, services, pod specs, and everything that will be in the Git repo. But the and then Argo CD will make sure that every it keeps the cluster state in a desired state of whatever you want your state to be. So that is the very that is the beauty of Argo CD. So as you can see here, right, what they're trying to show is in any environment. So this is the UI. I'm going to install it and show. But basically, in any environment, your for example, this is your dev cluster and you have multiple applications running. So Argo CD is installed as a application controller and a CRD. So it has its own custom resource definition and other, it has its own objects. And now here, if you can see, right, so it has various components. But the key is if you are changing anything in the code in your repo, it will automatically sync it up. And I will show you in the demo, in the live demo. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my cluster and I am going to install Argo CD in my cluster, which I have set it up. So let me show you. So okay, my cluster, I just started it, it's up and running. So I am going to create a namespace. I'm going to just copy from here and I'm going to create a namespace Argo CD. And what I want to do is now I want to let me see if I have a better instruction. Yeah, this one is much better. So I am going to install right from here. See, it created its CRD. It will create a bunch of objects which are required, and then I will show like when it's up and running. I'll just we just take a look at, I'll just pause it. When it comes back, I'll show you. Okay, so as you can see, my command was completed, and it created a bunch of resources, bunch of objects. It created role bindings, cluster role, and it created config maps for Argo CD. It created secrets, and there are deployments. And then finally, there is a lot of network policies, right? And they created everything in the namespace Argo CD. So let me do this. Okay. So if you can see, my deployments are coming up. I think there will be some minus go wide. I think there will be some issue because I'm trying to get the image from outside. So I will, because I'm running this in AWS, my VPC, I will have to open the external connectivity for Quay.io, for GHCIR, and all these, and then these images will come up. So I will do that, and then I will show, once these deployments are there, then I will be able to see the pod. So let me do that, and then I will show you. So now, as you can see, I opened up external connectivity in my firewall. In my security group, I added a rule to open up each of these for port 443, and as you can see, my deployments and my pods are coming up. So now, once everything is up, I want to make sure that I want to log into the UI, right? So let me see what's the next step. So I want to open the UI. So I have to see which one is my server, and then I can directly access the UI for that server. So what they're saying here is this one, access the ArgoCD API server, because I want to open the UI for that, and I want to show see what my deployments are. Okay, so I got the server up running. So let me show you what I did. So basically, it was a load balancer, but because I'm running this in AWS VPC, my cluster is running there with security groups and all. So even if I do load balancer, I will have to set up an NLB, or a ALB. So to do it quick and dirty, it shouldn't be done like this. But to do, just to show, what I did is I changed the type of Argo CD to node port, and then now if I look at my service, I see my service is running on port 31057. And so that's where I went to my master nodes at public. Let me show you what I did. So this is my master node, EC2 instances, right? These are my instances. So this is my master node. So if I look at this, whatever it's public IP accessible, I put that, and then I am explicitly putting the port, because it's node ports, the service will be running on that. So this is as you can see, it's deployed. Now the next step will be for me to what I'm going to do is, next step for me will be to deploy certain applications, like to put something in the git repo, and then we will reflect it in the cluster and see the how Argo CD will sync it up.